Oh boy, here we go. Marvel have just announced the cast of Avengers Doomsday. Before we break down who's here and who's missing, let's watch the video. Now, obviously this is the shortened version of the announcement. The actual live stream was over 5 hours long, and I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of the way they did it. Sure, it was a pretty cool idea having the camera move along all the chairs with the names on, but to leave it close to 15 minutes between each chair is insane if you ask me. So many people left the stream while I was watching it. I think it dropped from around the 100k mark to not far off 80k in the space of, I don't know, maybe 2 hours or so. I don't think that would have happened if it was a more interesting reveal, but of course it still generated a lot of buzz. Mostly positive, although some people were still a bit disappointed with certain things, but Marvel did announce shortly after via social media that they will be announcing more cast members down the line, so we're not done yet. But for now, let's get into the first wave of announced cast members. So the list is as follows: Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm or the Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four, Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson or the new Captain America, Sebastian Stan as Bucky, also known as the Winter Soldier or White Wolf, Letitia Wright as Shuri or the new Black Panther, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang or Ant-Man, Wyatt Russell as John Walker or US Agent, Tenoch Huerta Mahia as Namor from Black Panther 2, Ebon Moss-Backrack as The Thing from Fantastic Four, Simu Liu's returning as Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Kelsey Grammer's coming back as Beast from the original X-Men movies, Lewis Pullman will be returning after the Thunderbolts movie as Sentry, Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres or Falcon, Joseph Quinn as the new Johnny Storm or Human Torch, David Harbour will be playing Alexei Shostakov or Red Guardian, Winston Duke will be back as M'Baku from Black Panther, Hannah John Kamen will be reprising a role as Ghost or Ava Starr, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, Ian McKellen as Eric Lensher or Magneto, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, Rebecca Romijn is coming back as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, Channing Tatum as Gambit, Pedro Pascal as the new Reed Richards or Mr. Fantastic, and last but not least, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Now that is some cast so far. Obviously some of these characters were expected. Everyone has already seen the announcement about Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, and I think most people were expecting characters like Thor, Loki, the Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts crews, as well as Captain America and Falcon to show up. Those were the least surprising, but it was also cool to see characters like Shuri and M'Baku coming back from the Black Panther franchise, as well as Namor returning as well. Since the release of Black Panther 2, we haven't really seen or heard anything about these characters or Wakanda, so it'd be cool to see what they're up to and whether Shuri's still Black Panther or whether she's now passed the mantle on. We did see T'Challa's son at the end of Black Panther 2, so potentially the mantle's been passed to him. Now, on to the big announcements, and we have 6 returning characters from the original X-Men movies, with Charles Xavier, Magneto, Cyclops, Beast, Nightcrawler and Mystique all returning. On top of that, we're also getting the return of Channing Tatum's Gambit, who was originally meant to have his own film which ended up being cancelled, and years later he ended up appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine as the character. It seems like these are the characters that people are most excited about. We have seen Kelsey Grammer and Patrick Stewart in the MCU already. Grammer in the post-credits scene of The Marvels as an alternative universe beast, and Stewart came back as part of the Illuminati on Earth 838 during Doctor Strange 2. But the rest haven't been seen as these characters in a long time, so it'll be fun to see them back. It's yet to be seen how big of a role they'll play, but I hope it's a decent one, especially for Stewart, McKellen and Grammer. Now, obviously people seem to be excited by the cast so far. There's some quite big announcements, primarily the X-Men and Gambit, but there were some notable characters missing from the announcement too, so let's run through those. Starting with the MCU characters, we have Hulk, Okoye, Star-Lord, Daredevil, Wong, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Valkyrie, The Wasp, White Vision, She-Hulk, Rhodey, Captain Marvel, Taskmaster, Ironheart, Nick Fury, Kate Bishop, Wanda Maximoff, America Chavez, Monica Rambeau, Doctor Strange, Deadpool, and Wolverine all missing. And there's absolutely no mention of the Eternals. And of course, there are Marvel characters from outside the MCU who people thought may appear too, including Wesley Snipes' Blade, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and the original cast of the Fantastic Four from the 2000s. As I mentioned earlier, Marvel have said there will be more to come, so I assume some of these will be in the film. I think Doctor Strange will 100% be there. Benedict Cumberbatch has already come out to say he'll be in both Doomsday and Secret Wars, so I think it's only a matter of time before he's announced. I'd be surprised if Wong doesn't appear too. It would make sense for him to appear with Doctor Strange, considering he's Sorcerer Supreme now, and he seems to have been happy to appear in anything since Endgame really, having appeared in Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, Shang-Chi and She-Hulk. I think Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner and Chris Pratt are quite likely to appear too. Star-Lord's now based on Earth after the events of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and there's a whole lot to unpack with Hulk after his last appearance in She-Hulk. With Jeremy Renner getting into his accident in real life, I think it'd be good to see him back as well. I can't see Marvel not giving him the opportunity. There's also been rumours of another Hawkeye series on the way too, so he'd definitely been in contact with Marvel at some point about appearing in things moving forward, so I don't think he'll pass up on this opportunity. Elizabeth Olsen did come out a few days ago to say that she won't be appearing in either Doomsday or Secret Wars. Obviously, in the timeline, her character is supposed to be dead after the events of Doctor Strange 2, but everyone thinks she'll come back at some point, so it may be that they're keeping her a surprise, but as it stands, she's not in the film. Spider-Man wasn't mentioned in the announcement, either in the form of Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. In terms of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, there's heavy rumours that Spider-Man 4 is going to be a lot more of a street-level film, unlike the third one, which was a lot more multiverse-heavy, with Kingpin believed to be the villain for the fourth film. So there's also potential for characters like Daredevil, Punisher or even Ant-Man to show up as well, so some people are speculating that they don't want to get him involved in Doomsday due to him having just stepped away from multiverse back to more street-level storytelling, or that Spider-Man 4 may even be his farewell and he's no longer going to be in the MCU. Some people are even joking that they might have just forgotten about him after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, where Peter Parker was erased from everyone's memories, but I think that's very unlikely. I'm about as surprised as I was with Benedict Cumberbatch not being in the announcement as I am with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I know there's been a lot of controversy around Ryan Reynolds and his wife at the moment, but with how much money Deadpool and Wolverine made compared to most of their other recent projects, I would have thought they've been doing everything they can to get them on board for the initial announcement. But again, there's still more time for more characters to be announced, so you never know. It's pretty much just a wait and see with the rest of the MCU characters. There hasn't been any major speculation about any of the others, so they may appear or they may not. In terms of non-MCU legacy characters, there may be another couple in this film, but I think they're probably going to leave most of them for Secret Wars. I can't see Marvel bringing everyone into Doomsday when they still have Secret Wars coming in a couple of years. They've got to keep some surprises behind. I do expect to see the two Spider-Men come back in at least one of the films, though, as well as Wesley Snipes' Blade after his appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine. And although the film's got a bad rap, I'd love to see Ghost Rider and the original Fantastic Four return as well. I've got a lot of nostalgia for them personally, so it'd be awesome to see them back and return in a film as big as this or Secret Wars. I also wanted to quickly mention the new score that runs through the announcement video. It'll more likely be the new theme for the new Avengers movie. It's pretty similar to the original Avengers score, with a few tweaks and modifications, but I think it sounds brilliant. So far we've got 27 characters announced, and I'm sure there will be more coming soon. If there's any major announcements of this size, then I probably will cover those as well. I am actually getting pretty excited about this film though. I hope the Russos do a good job with it like they did with their other MCU projects, rather than the flop that was the most recent film, The Electric State. I've still got a bit of apprehension, but this announcement's definitely got me more excited. I will be posting my review for Daredevil episodes 5 and 6 in the coming days, so keep an eye out for that on the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please drop a comment down below with which characters you're hoping to see that were missing from the announcement, and was there any that I missed as well? If so, let me know. Right, that's all from me. Thanks very much for listening, I'll catch you in the next one.